Alright, welcome back. We're gonna start final step 3. We are playing on 4 pair of lanes, 4 players on each pair. Top 2 of each pair will advance to the next round. We have 2 cams. This is lane number 9 and 10. They're playing on lanes 5 to 8 as well. And we got a cam up here for lanes 13 and 14. And that's where we're gonna start. And of course on lanes 5 to 8 I will keep you updated by following the live scoring that you can follow as well on the website schietspoel.nl. Let me tell you who plays each other. On lanes 5 and 6 Björn Rutshagen, Camilla Kjeldsen, Jesper Agebo and Falco Gutsche. Lane 7 and 8 Thomas Larsen, Mats Maggi, Yuri Vens and Jean-Marc Le Bon. On lanes number 9 and 10 Jesper Svensson, Mike Inge Jensen, Karsten Hansen and now I gotta take it, and Brian Vos of course. How could I look over him? And then we got right in front of us the match we are looking at right now. We got John Wells, Birgit Puppler, Rebecca Larsen and Jimmy Raves. So on lanes 13 and 14 everybody started out with a strike. That gives Birgit and Rebecca the advantage of this at this point because they will get 8 pins bonus. That's a double for John Wells. Brian Vos for his first shot of this final step, and he's going through the nose and leaves a big split. Karsten on the approach for his first shot of the game. Jesper Svensson and Mike Inge Jensen started off with a strike. Karsten, great shot. While we look at Rebecca here, she's tripping out to 4-9. Not the first we see that do, and probably not the last one either. Birgit Puppler takes only the 2 out of the 2-8. Looking at the live score, lanes 5 and 6, Jesper Agebo starting out with a double. And so is Björn Rutshagen. On lane 7 and 8, Thomas, Mats and Yuri all started out with a strike. And Jean-Marc started with a spare. Jimmy Raves leaving a 7 pin. Jesper Svensson, the 2-hander lefty. Wow, not a bad shot at all. This kid knows how to bowl. Let's see what Jimmy does on his spare. No problems there, of course. Birgit Puppler Can she recover from that miss? Leaving a 4-pin here. We see Brian Voss coming up. Started, oh, he made that split. I just saw that split. And we didn't focus on it, but he made it. So let's see what he's gonna do in his second frame. That's a good shot. In the meantime, John Wells started off with a turkey. Big, it takes out the 4-pin, of course, I would say. Alright, so John Wells and Rebecca Larson started off with our turkey, Jimmy, strike, 9 spare, 9 spare. Mai started with a strike, spare, strike. And we see Jesper Svensson on the approach, working on a double. And a washout there. Taking a quick peek at the live scoring, I see on lanes 5 and 6. I see Camilla Kjeldsen with, I see Jesper Agebo with 4 strikes already. And Björn and Camilla both have 3 in a row. I see Björn on the lane there. And that's 4 in a row for him as well. Falco Gutje with a 3 spares in a row to start the game. Lane 7 and 8, Thomas Larsen, Yuri Fence. Perfect through 3 frames. Mats Maggi struggling. Strike, split. Now working on a spare. Jean-Marc Le Bon. Spare double. Jesper Svensson missed his wash out. Let's see what Karsten is gonna do on this split after 2. Well, we go to Rebecca first. Well, Rebecca, 4 in a row for her. No problems there. Let's see what Jimmy is gonna do. Right. We are with John Wells on lane 13. That's 5 in a row for him. Jesper Svensson, after that wash out, he missed, he took 2. What is he doing on this shot? That's a perfect strike there for him. Birgit with a strike as well. Getting back in there. Rebecca's up. She will come out. There she is. Alright, so we saw a perfect shot of Rebecca as well, so they have both 5 in a row, and I see on the live scoring that on lanes 5 and 6 we got 3 people clean through 5 frames. Björn, Camilla and Jesper still. On lane 7 and 8, Thomas is still. Oh, Thomas just left a 7 pin in the 5th frame.
So on 13-14, John Wells and Rebecca Larsen shoots perfect so far.
Look at the shot of Karsten Hansen here. After that big split, he went to the nose again and leaves another big split. John Wells here working on 5 strikes in a row. Can he make it 6? Yes, he does. That's 6 in a row for him. Birgit Poplar on her 10 pin, no problems there. Well, that would be interesting if they both shoot at 300 indeed. John Wells and Rebecca on the same lane. Would be nice. But we are just halfway so far. Let's see what this ball from Rebecca is gonna do. Light hit leaving a 7 pin. So nope, that's not gonna happen. Let's move back to Jesper Svensson for a second. Jesper Svensson with a good strike. A little bit further down the lanes we see Björn Roetshagen still clean through 6. Jesper Agebo had a 9 spare in the 6th frame. And Camilla already had an 8 spare and a 9 spare. So they're pretty close to each other. Falco is falling apart, falling behind with 84 and 5 so far. I'm looking at lane 7 and 8 now, live score. Thomas Larsen, 4 strikes, 9 spare. Mats Maggi struggling a little bit. Yuri Fens, 3 strikes, 7 spare, 8 spare. Jean-Marc Lebon started off with a spare and then 3 strikes. This is Brian Vos, of course. And he doubles after a spare, strike, spare, and now a double for him. John Wells, just in time for 7 in a row.
7 in a row, wow. And you know, Daniel, John shot a lot of 300s in England. You know, I think over 50 or something like that.
Probably he did. And this one was a little high, but we talked about it before. It doesn't matter too much. We saw it on this shot on lane 14. It doesn't matter. It can all fall down.
I think by John, if it came to the last frame, for him it's no matter because he shot a lot of 300s.
He knows how to handle the pressure and everything, so no problems there. So hopefully we're going to see the first 300 of this tournament, and hopefully we're going to see it this game. Rebecca Larsen, pulls it a little bit to the inside, but you got a lot of hold there, so No problems on this one. She didn't want to hit it light again and leave another 7-pin. Alright, Jimmy Raves, never giving up. Trying to throw as many strikes as possible to keep trailing them. And then it's up to them to score as well in the last game.
So John Wells, he's playing with a new mastermind from Brunswick, I see. Jimmy Raves play with Storm High Road. Rebecca play with Marvel S. Yeah, Marvel S. But I don't know Birgit which balls he's throwing with. Can you see that, Daniel?
Who?
Birgit, which balls he's playing now. Brunswick, one Brunswick, that's for sure, but I don't know which one. Oh, and number 8 for John Wells.
This was a pretty decent shot. He walks it off to lane 16.
Yeah.
Back to his friends, Richie Tees, Christopher Sloan. Who else is standing there? Well, his buddies.
To see it. He throw it like it's daily work.
Well, it is for him probably.
Yeah.
I see Björn Roetshagen through a 10-pin or 4-pin, something like that, a 6-pin in the 7th frame. He's going out for that spare now. That's on lane 5 happening. Rebecca Larson can still shoot 279. 290. 279 indeed, plus 8 bonus. Gives her a good start. Jimmy Raves working on a double. High nose hit through the nose. Big split there.
Yeah. So in this way there is a big advantage now for John and Rebecca. I think Jimmy will shoot an open now. And John and Rebecca both got a double.
Yeah, so we see John going for, well, still 300 max. He needs 4 more strikes. If Rebecca strikes out, she shoots 279 as well. Maximum scores for Birgit is 183, and Jimmy can only shoot 208 so far. So they can get at least like 50 to 70 pins already after one game. That's a lot.
It's much for only one game, but you see what you can do.
Yeah.
Sometimes one game can change all here.
We are back at Jesper Svensson for a moment. Let's see how he's going to recover from that big split he just had. Our two-handle lefty. That's a strike. And back to John, of course.
For his front 9.
Oh, that's a decent shot. Oh. 9-pin. Yeah, a little high again on that lane, just like last shot. It was a decent shot, but it didn't fall, unfortunately. Quick update on lanes 5 and 6. Björn Roetshagen and Camilla and Jesper are taking a big advantage of Falco at this point, while Rebecca leaves us a bucket, the 285. Lane 7 and 8, the advantage at this point is for Yuri Vens and Thomas Larsen. Matsumaki is still struggling, and Jean-Marc Le Bon just missed a single pin. That can be very costly at this point. Let's see how Rebecca is going to handle this pair. Just takes 2, so she can score maximum 244. So that would mean if Jimmy strikes out for 208, there is a gap of only like 35-40 pins. Go Yuri, yeah, that's what we all think. The only Dutch guy left in this top 16. We're cheering for him, of course. John Wells. Little to the end.
And he's not happy with it.
No.
Of course, you want to shoot perfect.
Jesper left a washout in the 9th, but he did pick it up on lane 5 and 6.
While John shoot a double in the 10th.
And a good spare pickup by Birgit, going for 160. Jesper did pick up a pretty important washout to stay pretty close to Camilla. Once again, there are no lucky losers anymore coming out of here, so wow.
Nice. 279. Big game. I think it is the biggest game so far in this final steps. 279.
So Jimmy strikes in the 10th, so does Rebecca. Rebecca is going to 4-240 with another one. And Jimmy is still going for 208, so that's a difference of only like 30 pins. Jimmy can handle that, that's for sure. That's a double in the 10th, so she will shoot 240, get 8 pins bonus, so that makes 250. What is Jimmy doing? Aye.
Oh.
And he's pissed about that, of course, because that cost him like 11 pins. 11 pins that he now needs to make up again in the next game. Well, let's see if Rebecca can throw another strike before we move back to lanes 9 and 10, where Jesper is having a little bit of problems. Good game. Alright, so we are moving back. We moved back to lanes number 9 and 10. At this point, the advantage is for my... Well, actually only for my. The other three are pretty challenging each other, so.
Yeah, what situation now right there? Mai is on 197, Karsten 150, Jesper is on 146, and Brian is on 159 total score.
Yeah, with a frame left.
Well, in chat somebody say the second part will make Jimmy 300. Let's hope.
Lanes 5 and 6, I got an update. Jesper Agebo 254 and Björn Roetshagen 247. They are taking the lead there. Camilla Kjeldsen can still shoot 236. And I'm trying to see if she's already on the lane. She's moving on right now, so I'm gonna take a look over there. Well, you guys see Karsten's ball. I will take a look at Camilla's ball. That's a decent shot, all 10. 236 plus 8 of course.
And John will start with a strike again in the next game, so who knows?
Oh, lucky Brian was there to make that spare.
On this side, Rebecca Larsen got a 10 pin. Big and popular strike. Jimmy Ravis 9 spare. That's happening on 13-14 now. But first, Karsten Hansen here from Denmark.
Finishing up the 9th frame of the first game still. They're still working on the first game. Second shot of Camilla, I'm watching it right now. All 10, so she is shooting at 240 plus 8 bonus is 250. So she is past Björn Roetshagen, and with a bonus from the second game she passed Jesper Agebo as well. So Björn Roetshagen, Camilla Kjeldsen and Jesper Agebo are going to make a real match of it in the second game. Unfortunately, we don't have any cameras there. They are playing on lane 5 and 6. Follow the live score. And I see on 7 and 8, I see a 257 for Thomas Larsen. Yuri Vance shoots 213. Jean-Marc Le Bon can still shoot 237. So let's see what he's going to do in the 10th frame. And that's a great message for Jesper, and he's going to need it if he still wants to do anything in the second game as well. John Wells went straight to the nose and has an open in the second.
But still a 100 pin lead.
On number 3, yes. Let's see what Jean-Marc does. Jean-Marc doesn't strike. And Mats Maggi, no clue what's going on, but he's shooting 129. Rebecca, another strike. Jesper Svensson. On lane 7 and 8. While we first see Birgit here. Oh, leaving a 7-10. Mai in the 10th frame with this split. She only picks 1, so she's gonna shoot 235. Including bonus, so 227 scratch I see. Great shot by John Wells. 227, 185 for Jesper Svensson. On lane 7 and 8, Yuri Vance 213, Jean-Marc Le Bon 216. Thomas Larsen is taking the lead there by 40 pins with 257. Mats Maggi, I think we can eliminate him with his 129 in the first game. Another great shot by Rebecca. Well, we're going to see what Brian Vos is doing here. So Brian leaves a 4-pin. So he can shoot 205 max. I said Mai had 227, like I said. Jesper Svensson 185. And Karsten, also with a big split, is only going to shoot, let's see, is he going to pick up 2? He picks up 2. So he's going to shoot 186. So Brian's 205 is not even a bad situation at this point on that lane for him. Back to the action on lanes 13 and 14. They are a few frames ahead of the other guys. John Wells went through the nose, leaves him. Wow. That was a 6 shot.
Yeah. Strike for Jimmy Ravis. He did ball change.
Well, but Rebecca's probably not gonna give this away anymore.
No.
So. Rebecca. Wow. Good spare by Rebecca. I heard him talking in our other microphone that's above the lane.
Yeah. I think everybody hear it. And I know why, because you see his shot, I think.
It was a little to the inside, but he has so much hold, so.
It's unbelievable.
If he keeps on playing like this, I will give him a chance.
Yeah. To get in the last 4.
Yeah. And then last 4, it's a lottery again. That's a 9-pin for Rebecca. Well, this match is pretty much over. On this pair of lanes, John Wells and Rebecca Larson will proceed to final step 4, the top 8.
Yep.
So we're going to focus for this time on the lanes number 9 and 10. Because there is still a nice game going on between Karsten Hansen, Brian Vos and Jesper Svensson.
And they just in frame 2. Oh no, Karsten
still in the first frame.
First frame.
First shot of the second game by Karsten here. That's a late 9 pin, but it gets hit, so. Scores one more time for that guys on lanes 9 and 10. Jesper Svensson started with 185. Brian Vos started with 204. Mike Ginke Jensen started with 243 including bonus. And Karsten Hansen started in 186. So 185, 186, 204. 20 pins between Brian Vos, Jesper Svensson and Karsten Hansen. Who will take the advantage in the second game? And so that's unlucky there for Jesper. Mai came in this round as a lucky loser with 440, with 460. She became third on her pair of lanes last final step, but that was good enough to be here now. Same for Karsten, 392, lucky loser as well.
One in front of me on lane 13-14. It's definitely over for Birgit Puppler and Jimmy Raves. So John Wells and Rebecca Larsen you will see for sure in final step 4. See almost 400 viewers now at this moment. Nice. Well, to all these 400 viewers, tomorrow don't forget the EBT Masters. We are also live on Dutch Bowling TV on the same channel on Ustream, Bowling TV Holland channel. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, 9 AM Dutch time. We get the first block of 6 games, followed by an oil break. Then we get a second block of 6 games, and then we get a step ladder final live here on Dutch Bowl TV.
Karsten makes the double. Let's see what Brian does. Like I said, just 20 pins between those. Oh, Brian is making a show out of it already.
It's funny, Brian Vos only play with one ball. Only he played with the Trek 400A Special Edition.
During practice, he
used
it, his absolute hook for like 2 or 3 frames, but it didn't work out for him. It was hooking too much, so he put it back in the box and said, all right, I will do it with my 400A indeed, with the Trek.
I only see Brian Vos with a brilliant white ball from Trek every time I watch him.
Yeah. Yeah, he put the other one in the pro shop and he said, well, I don't need it anymore or something like that. Maybe next year.
Really, he can do a lot with a ball, you can see that.
He uses no slugs, no finger grips.
No finger grips?
No finger grips. He's just going in the ball like this, like conventional.
So he played with a conventional drilling?
No, not with a conventional drilling, because it is a normal drilling, only he doesn't use any finger grips indeed.
Okay. So he plays fingertip without finger, without grips. Well, Big Purple, she did a Bronzen and go to the mastermind, new mastermind. And that works, because she shoots double, spare and double, but it's too late. No chance anymore.
Mai. Another big split for Mai. She had a comfy lead, but if she keeps on throwing splits like this, it's gonna be a tough game.
Well, in the chat, somebody tell me no more people have to work tomorrow. I think it's around the EBT Masters. I know. But the finals will be around 4 or 5 p.m. Dutch time, I think. I guess. Do you know it?
I thought it was around 2 already. Or maybe second.
Step ladder final.
Yeah, step ladder final indeed.
Of the Masters.
Let me take a quick peek at the internet.
But I can tell you, when we stream on Ustream, you can watch us on your mobile also, on the mobile app of Ustream.
The step ladder was planned at 5:30 tomorrow evening. So
5:30. So
when you come home, have a good meal in front of you, put on the live stream and join us for the step ladder final. But like Marco already said, we will be live from 9 o'clock in the morning,
yeah,
all the way till 7 o'clock at night until the award ceremony is over.
So tomorrow, I hope you all will come back watching us live streaming here, USBC Masters.
So what happened on lane 9 and 10? I saw Brian throw another strike and Karsten leaving a 9 pin. So Brian already had the advantage and now even has the advantage over Mai. And Karsten is already within 25 pins of Mai. So like I said, Mai needs to get out of the splits at least, so she can have some makeable spares. Otherwise she's gonna have a hard time fighting herself back.
Yeah. Oh, what about Yuri?
Yeah.
How he's playing? Can you see that?
He is fighting with Jean-Marc Le Bon and they have to figure it out with the two of them. And Jean-Marc Le Bon has the favor at this point.
Yeah. How many qualified? 3 or 2?
2 on each pair of lanes again. And no lucky losers. So let's see what Mai is gonna do. Mai with her shot. That's a strike, that's what she needed. Brian Vos is up.
Well,
oh, I see Jean-Marc Le Bon go through the nose with a big split left. So between him and Yuri Vance, it's gonna stay a real match.
Yep. Somebody in the chat is asked me, or there is someone from the Netherlands in the Masters tomorrow? Yes. I know Cheska Thomas for sure, Lisanne Breeschoten, and
that's it.
2 people, eh? Yeah.
Yes, Lisanne and Cheska. Lisanne is defending champion as well. She won the EBT Masters last year. You can find it all on ebtmasters2014.eu. You can find the schedule and who will be playing and everything. And from tomorrow on you can find probably the results there as well. Alright, so Brian struck again. So looks like Brian took the advantage over Mai, and Karsten is only 23 pins behind on Mai at this point. Jesper Svensson is 20 pins behind that. 247 for John Wells, 526. That's a pretty good score again.
Yeah, 163 average. Oh, sorry, 263 average. Okay, Mike Inge Jensen now. And Brian Vos has 4 in a row. With this beautiful clear white ball.
And my doubles. That's what she really needs. Okay, and Yuri didn't strike. He had another 9 spare. So let's see what Jean-Marc is gonna do. Oh, he went through the nose as well, but he took out the 410, looks like it, or 49, something like that. I'm watching it at a strange angle at this point. Brian Vos. Oh. Way too far to the inside if you ask me, but he got all 10 down and he's okay with that. And we see Rebecca, like we said, she was gonna advance. She's gonna shoot a good 470. Birgit Pappler had 379. Jimmy Raves at 368. So well deserved, good plate by John and Rebecca. They move on. Another strike for Karsten Hansen. But the difference is going to stay 23 pins. Now they both have a double, so.
Nice. Rebecca finished 474.
Let's go to lanes 5 and 6. We didn't give you any updates in a long time. Jesper Agebo and Björn Roetshagen have the advantage, but Camilla is really close, and Jesper Agebo opened in the 8th frame, and Camilla still has to throw the 8th frame. So that's interesting. Let's see what's happening up here. And lane 7, Yuri, yet again no strike. Makes a spare though, so.
Yeah. Don't know.
My live scoring is a little bit slow, so I cannot tell you yet what Camilla did. I cannot see it from here. Oh, she struck. Okay. So Björn Roetshagen stays in the lead. Let's see Mai. This is an important shot for her as well. She needs that 30. She leaves at 10 pin. If Karsten strikes, he makes up another 20 pins again.
Yeah.
And there was no difference anymore at that point.
How's the situation on 5 and 6 now?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think Jesper's not gonna make it, and I think Camilla is gonna make it. Who doubles there? Oh, that's Falco, but Falco has no meaning in this game anymore.
So Björn is in. Björn Roetshagen.
Well, Björn Roetshagen is gonna be pretty sure. And Camilla as well, I think. I think Camilla is gonna pass Jesper Agebo, so. But this is going to be a big shot for the young guy from Denmark, Karsten Hansen. What are they doing? Are they throwing out a pin on 8?
Yeah, spin in the gutter.
Oh, but they asked the mechanic hopefully to put it in second, in first turn again.
Okay, important shot for Karsten by Hansen.
Oh, nose hit, 3-6. Brian working on 5 in a row. I know how much you love six-pack, so.
Yeah. Let's see your left lane now. There you go, Brian Vos.
Oh, nice 9
solid
pin.
9.
Okay, I'm moving my focus back for a second to 5 and 6, and I'm gonna go there for a second because
Open frame
I gotta
Mats
know.
Maggie. That's what I see now. Mats throw an open frame. Daniel is watching for us. There, behind the lanes. The only thing I can do is check the live scoring. Same as you can. At home.
Yeah, I just came back from lanes 5 and 6, and Jesper had another open or a spare, but Björn Roetshagen and Camilla Kjeldsen will advance on that pair of lanes. The match has this match that we are seeing right now on 9 and 10, for sure the best match going on at this point, the most interesting one at least. Jesper Svensson within his 7 pin. And Yuri cannot find any strikes this game where Jean-Marc Le Bon is striking. So I'm afraid to say that probably Yuri Fens is not gonna make it. But still a great performance for this young kid from the Netherlands, from Tilburg. He's bowling his hometown and then finishing up in the top 16. That's a great thing.
Yeah, it's really great. It's a youth player. Don't forget that.
He's still youth. Jean-Marc got lucky. Tripped out to 4 out of the 4-9. Brian Vos. Of course. Brian Vos, who else? 7 in a row. Oh no.
No, not 7 in a
He
row.
missed
No,
the last
no,
one
no.
indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. 279 schedule.
Karsten Hansen, big shot. Still 23 pins behind on Mai to close out the deal. Brian Vos is staying steady. And Jesper Svensson is not gonna make it there anymore.
Jesper. Wow. Boom. 10 down.
The difference between Yuri Fens and Jean-Marc Le Bon is 11 pins in favor of Jean-Marc Le Bon at this point. And they both have a spare, so the difference is 11 pins. Yuri's shot is up right now.
Come on, Yuri.
Please
go striking.
Is that a 10 pin? Oh, it's a 10 pin. It looks good from here, but it was a 10 pin. Brian Vos, 5 strikes, 9 spare strike. Oh, leaving a 2-8. Yuri, please. That's a good spare for Yuri. Let's see what Jean-Marc Le Bon is gonna do. And same for Karsten. He can take 10 pins back this frame by shooting a double. Looks good. Solid 9.
Jean-Marc Le Bon on 7 and 8.
On 7 in this case. 9 pin. So still 11 pins with 3 frames to go.
Anything can happen there.
With 3 frames to go. Yuri Fence, youth player, or Jean-Marc Le Bon, like multiple times France team member.
Yeah.
With a lot of experience.
A lot of experience against the youth player.
Yeah. Spare for Karsten, yeah. Still 23 pins in Mai's favor, and Brian Vos took the lead by enough pins. Good spare for Jesper, or for Jean-Marc. And I see Yuri back on the lane number 8.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. I practice a lot with him. I play in some teams with him. 4 pin. I think he had like all of them already.
Yes, Yuri got only spares, isn't it?
Yep, all 9 spares as well.
Oh my god.
Or maybe 1 8 spare in the middle or something like that, but yeah, 1 7 and 1 8.
But
for
he
the rest,
spare
all 9 spares.
He spare all, that's good. It's a good start. But he needs strikes to beat Jean-Marc for sure.
Oh, he misses even.
No.
You know, Marco, this is the 3rd time this final step 1, he messed up in the last game. He started with 770, shoots 160 or something.
Yeah.
Last game, final step 2, same thing. He got lucky that he did advance.
Now I think he's in trouble.
Well, if Jean-Marc doesn't go through the nose and leaves a big 5 or something like
Jean-Marc
that.
should take it simple.
Yeah.
He will shoot for sure a 9. And then you know if 20 pins advantage, more than 20 pins, and then with only 2 frames.
Yeah, then it's over. If he stays clean. Oh, Brian Vos went through the nose, and he's gonna make it interesting there as well. With Jesper's. Ooh.
Yep.
This is gonna be a tight match still as well. But Jean-Marc Le Bon closes the deal with a strike. Too bad, Yuri. Good plate. Better time next time.
Yeah.
Alright, so we gotta focus on lane 9 and 10 at this point. This is Mai with her spare. She can
strike Yuri. So maybe he has to strike out for sure.
That's for sure. Alright, so I took a look at the max scores for the players on lane 9 and 10. And this is interesting because Karsten didn't strike for 2 frames, now he even misses. So Karsten is done. Karsten can only shoot 400 at top. Mai can shoot 436. Brian Vos can shoot 436. And
Oh my God.
who was the other one there? Jesper Svensson can still shoot 419. So it looks like Mai and Brian have the advantage. This is not going to be a 419 even. So that means that Brian Vos and Mike Inge Jensen will advance probably.
No, 9 again for Yuri. Strike for Mike Inge Jensen. Spare for Jesper Svensson. So he can shoot 398. So in this way, for sure, we can say Mike Inge Jensen is seeded to final step 4, and also Brian Vos is seeded to final step 4. The only thing is we have to wait for the other pair. And Daniel is back. So Daniel, I tell the viewers that what happened on 9 and 10, the first two we know, and what happened on 7 and 8. Can you tell us about it?
Well, 7 and 8, Thomas Larsen shot a beautiful 512, and Yuri left another 9 pin in the 10th frame. So all Jean-Marc has to do is hit 3 pins to advance to the next round. So
okay.
So Jean-Marc and Thomas Larsen will advance. Jean-Marc even strikes here. Brian Vos.
Split again.
It doesn't matter,
no,
because he's on 413 already. And Jesper Svensson had 394, and Karsten can strike whatever he wants, but he can never pass the 400 anymore. So.
And in this way, we also know that we get a new top 4, and not one of the same from last year, because Karsten was the only one left who reached the top 4 last year. He's out now, so we get 4 new players in the last final step, that's for sure.
But
and
first we're going to final step 4, the top 8. We're going to do the same thing one more time, and it looks like they're going to play on 11 and 12 and 17 and 18, so that would be perfect for us. And then afterwards they're going to play the big final, we hope, on 15 and 16.
Yeah, 15, 16 is the big final, that's for sure.
So the semifinals must be on 11, 12 and 17, 18. Yeah. They're still fresh, they're not used yet. Cool.
And thank you for watching final step 3. And of course, we'll speak to you in final step 4. Just one shot to go.
Yeah, final step 4 will be in like 15 minutes again.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching final step 3. See you in final step 4. Goodbye.